everybody, I hope you're all having a great day. Today I'm going to do a review of the Xterra. You can see I'm in it. It does not have a headliner in it. I think that's a pretty common problem with these things, that the headliners start drooping, and I just took mine completely out. I'm actually going to have it redone, but for now we're headlinerless. But I wanted to do a review of the Xterra because it's been in the family basically since it's brand new. Either me or my mom is on this vehicle. I bought it basically brand new. It had very, like single digit miles on it. And when I bought the house, she bought the Xterra off me, and then I bought the Xterra back off her about a year ago. It's been a great vehicle up until it had just a slight head gasket leak. I mean, just the slightest. I didn't like it leaking though, so I took it to have it fixed, and the guy I took it to wound up messing up the engine. Not the Xterra's fault. It was running perfect up until then. He just messed it up. And what the mechanics believe that I took it to that put the new engine in it, they believe that he got dirt and debris down inside the engine. It got into the oil pan and clogged up the oil pickup, and it messed up the engine by not allowing oil to be able to get up into it. So I did get lucky. I found an 02 at a junkyard that only had 60,000 miles on it. I got to start the vehicle and hear it run. I got to see the odometer that only had 60,000 miles on it. Got a good deal on that engine, bought it and had it put in, and I've not had any issues since. The only issue I did have with the new engine is the temperature showed that it was running hot, but it wasn't actually running hot. What happened was the thermostat, or the temperature sensor, went out in the new engine. I guess it was bad when they put it in, and it was showing it was running hot. They put a new temperature sensor in, and I've not had any issues since. It's been running flawlessly ever since. So let's get on with the review. That's a little bit of back history about the Xterra. The seating in the Xterra, it's pretty good. The seats are comfortable. The only thing I do wish is that they would move back about 2 more clicks. If they would move back about 2 more clicks, I think the Xterra would be really, really comfortable. But I'm 6'3", and it's a little bit close to the steering wheel for me, but it's still not bad. That's just the problem you have with small trucks. Every small truck I've rode in has been the same way. That's probably why I drive a full-size truck, just because it's more comfortable. The steering in this vehicle is really tight. It's always been tight. A lot of smaller Nissan trucks and SUVs are like that. That's not a bad thing. It doesn't have any play in it or anything like that. It's just a little bit stiff. And like I said, that's not bad. The ride in this, it is a small SUV, you know, and it's older SUV. The ride's a little bumpy. The camera's probably shaking. That's not, you know, terrible. It's not so bad that it's just like, bah, you know, beat you to death. But, you know, you will feel the bumps. I want you to know that you will feel the bumps in the road if you buy, you know, a small Xterra like this. The 4-wheel drive works great in this vehicle. I've not had any issues with the 4-wheel drive. I drove it all winter in the snow and everything like that. I've had it off-roading some, and I've not had any issues with 4-wheel drive. 4-wheel drive works great in this vehicle. I will say one thing about this vehicle that I really like is the turning radius. The turning radius in this vehicle is amazing. My wife has a brand new Civic, and I honestly believe I could turn circles inside her Civic circles with this SUV. And that's just coming from mine. I've only got experience in this Xterra. I've never drove another Xterra, but in this Xterra, the turning radius is amazing. So that is one thing I really, really like about this vehicle. Now, mine came with the Rockford Fosgate system. This is an SE version. It's not the supercharged, but the Rockford Fosgate system is better than the normal system, but you know, it's still nothing to write home about. It's not like an aftermarket system or something like that, but it is an okay system. I'm not really into the big systems anymore like I was when I was a teenager or early 20s, but you know, it could be better. I ain't gonna lie. But it is a 15-year-old vehicle, so you know, you got to take that into consideration. As far as the noise on the interior, it's not bad. I do get a little bit of noise because it doesn't have a headliner. You know, this does work as like insulation, so I do get a little bit of noise off of that. But you know, the ride quality and stuff, it's fairly quiet to be a 15-year-old vehicle. I can't knock it for that. There's not a lot of room in the back, if you can see here. I don't know if you can see that. There's not a ton of room back there. I have had 5 adults in here, but usually to do that, you have to push the seats forward a little bit for them to get their legs back there. It's good for kids, but not a lot of room for adults in the back. So It does turn up right here though. If you can see this, the roof goes like this. It goes up higher. So there is headroom in the back for adults, believe it or not. They did think ahead on that. They raised the roof in the back, and you got plenty of headroom back there for adults if you do have adults in the back. There's plenty of storage area in the very, very back of the vehicle. These do not have third row seats, but there's plenty of storage area back there. I've took this to the beach several times when I had it early on, and fit all my luggage and chairs and everything just fine. No issues at all. Like I said, the air conditioner works well. I've not had any issues with that. The heat works great in it. Never had any issues with that. Mine does have a outside thermometer and a compass up here in the front, and I do like that. I had that out whenever I took the headliner out, and I actually had to put that back in because I got so used to looking up there to see what the temperature was that I couldn't handle it, so I actually had to put it back in. It's just one of them things. And once you get used to something, you just kind of have to have it, I guess. There's not any plugins in here like auxiliary ports and stuff like that for your iPhones and stuff. So I did change the head unit to a Kenwood double DIN head unit, and now I've got my auxiliary port and inputs and stuff like that, so I can charge my cell phone or play my cell phone, which it does have Bluetooth, and I always play my cell phone through the Bluetooth mainly. But if you didn't want to do that, you could just plug it in and play it through auxiliary or USB, either way. That's about it as far as the review goes. Like I said, what this is probably directed more towards is if you're looking for something maybe to drive back and forth to work, only because it's a 03. I'm not saying you couldn't drive this anywhere you wanted to. I really wouldn't care to now. But, most people's probably not going to buy a vehicle with 135,000 miles on it to drive, cross-country trip. So, what I would mainly direct this for is, driving back and forth to work, driving around town, save your miles on your primary vehicle, or maybe a vehicle for your, a first vehicle for your child or teenager, this would make a very good vehicle for a first vehicle. It don't have a ton of power. You're not going to win any races in it, which is exactly why it would be a good vehicle for a first-time vehicle for a teenager. You don't want them out here running 150 mile an hour in like a new Hellcat or something like that. This would be something that would be fairly safe. It sits high. You got good visibility out of this vehicle in all directions. You don't have anything really hindering you, so it would be something good to drive. And like I said, the turning radius and stuff like that makes it easy to park. So, if you've got somebody just learning how to drive, it's good to have something that's easy to park and easy to get in and out. The one thing I would add to this vehicle that I've not done yet would be a backup camera. After I've had backup cameras in my last few vehicles, I really like those, and it's really hard to see out of the back of this, not to back up, but to tell how close you are to the vehicle behind you. So like when you're backing into a parking spot or something. So if I was going to, add something to this, it would probably be a backup camera. As far as the mirrors and stuff go, they're all good. They're like your normal mirrors, nothing special. And like I said, the one thing I do like about this is visibility is great in all directions. You really don't have anything blocking any visibility, which there again would be why it would be great for a first-time vehicle for, a teenager. Mine does have the brush guards and taillight guards. You can take that or leave it. This one just happened to have it on it from the factory when I bought it, so I'm not going to take it off if it's on it, so we're good to go there. Other than that, the gas mileage, that is one thing I want to say. The gas mileage, not great. You get about 14, 15 miles a gallon is what I've seen. Now, I've not tested this new engine yet, so I don't know what the new engine's going to get. I would say it's probably around the same gas mileage as my old engine got. I am going to check it in this tank. I wanted to run some fuel injection cleaner in it through the first tank to make sure, the first few tanks, in other words, to make sure that it, was lubed up good and cylinders and stuff like that. And now that I'm on this tank, I'm actually going to see what kind of gas mileage I'm getting in the vehicle. So, but I don't expect it to be over 15.5 or 16 at the best. So if you're looking for something for gas mileage, this is not going to be your vehicle. You might as well buy a full-size Tundra because you're going to get about the same thing. But I did want to throw that in there just in case you thought you was going to buy a small SUV and get good gas mileage. I hope y'all like this vehicle. It was just a quick overview of the Xterra, and you know, a little bit of review on it. I felt like since it'd been in the family so long and it'd been such a good vehicle that it deserved a review. Nothing lengthy, because I know a lot of you ain't gonna run out and buy an Xterra tomorrow, but I did feel like it deserved its own review. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. Please like, share, and subscribe. We'll see you next time.